we're going to analyze a little bit of the Bitcoin chart here, take a look at a couple of different indicators that I'm interested in, and we are going to see where we think Bitcoin could potentially go, or if we think the run is up yet, or if it is going to take off from here. But before we get into it, check out Capital Curiosities. They do fiscal histories, financial scams, and fiascos throughout time. It's a podcast style channel giving you fun historical stories about financial moments in history that were interesting financially. They have been enjoying their videos here as they come out. You see they've only got 5. They are a young, growing channel. Go ahead and give them a view if you're tired of the headlines and you just want to sit back and listen to something interesting. Capital Curiosities, that link is in the description. Let's get back to looking at Bitcoin. All right, so Bitcoin, this is the Puell multiple. All right, you can see that when it's down in green, that's generally a buy. When it's up in red, that's usually a sell. The last cycle, 2021, it didn't actually get to the red. It just touched it. It just barely touched it, and then fell over, and it actually reached its highest high when the Puell multiple was all the way down about halfway through where it should be, right, where you would expect the high to come in. So the fact that we haven't even gotten close to this high yet is interesting to me. And the fact that our highest high on Bitcoin ever came while the Puell multiple is all the way down here at 1.36, when generally you want to see it hit, at least a 3.4. And in 2024, March 11, it hit a 2.44. So the highest it's been is 2.44. I would expect, now we do see, if you watch this, look at this, you can see, I can't draw on the screen, but you can see that in 2012, there was a nice high peak. In 2013, that peak got a little lower, and again later in 2013 that peak got a little bit lower. In 2017 that peak was lower, and in 2021 that peak was lower. So I expect fully expect this time that peak to be lower, because it is clearly in a decline. But I would expect it to still hit 3. I would expect this Puell multiple to still hit 3, and it has not hit 3 yet. The highest it's been so far is like 1.5 this entire cycle. So I would expect it to hit 3. And when it hits 3, around 3, that's when I'd say maybe a top is in. The other thing we're looking at here is, let me see if I can bring it up really fast. Nope. Okay. Pi cycle top. The Pi cycle top. Is this going to, I don't want to do the predictor. I just want to do the indicator. Okay. Pi cycle top. This one is another one. When we get the cross, generally there's a peak. You can see that every time there's that line is where the cross was, and that's generally where the peak was, except in 2021, where it was very close to the high, but the highest high came a little bit later. So far, we are still very, very far away from reaching that. And in fact, if we look at the way that this looks, let me just zoom in about right there. You can see the last time we were about this far apart, we were just barely getting into the parabolic mode on the cycle. And it looks a lot like this little section right here from August 2020. We're looking very similar to that, actually. So we are actually getting to the point where we should see a parabolic move, and if we don't, well, that's a major problem. The other thing I want to look at is stock to flow model. The stock to flow model. All right, let's go ahead and take a look here. So whenever we get a peak in Bitcoin, it tends to turn green, right? It turns green. When we get that peak, it turns green. And you can see back here when we had the double top of 2021, it only turned orange when I got that first peak, and then it finally turned green when we got that second peak in November. So right now, we are barely on orange. We are barely on orange. We need to see this thing turn green. So let me go ahead and just do the cycles right here. There we go. Okay. Yeah, we're still orange. We're still orange. We're looking for a green dot, like a bright green dot. We start getting bright green dots, then we're near the top. But we are in orange. We are in orange. But notice orange can go on for several months. Okay, it can go on for several months. So we could see ourselves moving up. And if we're basing this on the stock to flow model, yeah, it has us showing up with a price somewhere up here. What is this? $302,000. So we could hit that, or maybe we'll be a bit lower. Maybe we'll only hit $200,000. You can see the rainbow chart for more of that. So where's the rainbow? If we go over to the rainbow. If you notice, just like on the Puell multiplier on the rainbow chart, every single time we're a little lower in the rainbow. Like last time we only got to, this like darker orange. So this time I would expect us to, not go much higher than the light orange. So let me go ahead and reset this chart so I can get the whole rainbow in there. Let me just go ahead and reset that so we get the whole rainbow in there. So this time I'd say the light orange, right? Light orange is probably the highest we're going to go. And let's say we hit it in late November. So we're looking at like a total peak of $385,000 as like the highest Bitcoin can go this cycle. So if we're trading at $380,000 and you're saying, oh, it can go to 500, it can go to 500, stop that. You're shooting yourself in the foot. Stop it with that greed. Stop being greedy. Don't be a hog. Hogs get slaughtered. Stop it. All right? I'm telling you that right now. And if you need to listen to this again, hear me just go, stop it. If it's at $380,000 Bitcoin and you say, oh, it can go to 500, you need to stop talking immediately and reassess your life. Okay? So pay attention to that. On the rainbow chart, yeah, the highest we can go is about 380,000. Again, I wouldn't really be expecting much more than 200,000. And remember, diminishing returns, the law of diminishing returns. We're not going to go as high on the rainbow chart this time as we did last time, as we haven't every single time in the cycle. It's gone lower on the Puell multiple. It's gone lower on the rainbow chart. This time it will go lower on the Puell multiple. It will go lower on the rainbow chart. Okay, keep that in mind. Currently, we're at $104,000 on Bitcoin. We're looking at it potentially doing a double up from here, hitting $200,000. The highest high we are expecting is in the $300,000 range this cycle. That's the highest high that it can go. If that happens, you better believe Bitcoin miners are going to be running like crazy. You better believe that MicroStrategy is going to be running like crazy. If we come over here and we go on to the stock to flow, this is the one I'm going to watch to know if we've been invalidated. If we go to stock to flow and this thing turns green, while price is still way down here, right? Still way down. If it turns green and starts to like, does a little peak, comes down, starts coming down, something like maybe over here, right? Especially if it turns blue, if it starts turning blue, yeah, it's done. It's absolutely done. It's time to run. So I'm watching this. If it turns green, I'm going to start getting concerned. I want to see it get green. And now it can get like a bit of a darker green. Like notice how this green, like it starts off kind of like turning to like a muddy green, and then it gets like when the cycle's basically kind of getting over, it starts to darken up as green. If we get like a dark green and we never hit $200,000, that's it. It's done. So go ahead and go over to Bitcoin Magazine Pro. Keep your eye, keep your eye on the stock to flow model. We're looking for some dots to change color. Anyways, that's all I've got for you today. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Check out the Trade Cave store, link in the description as well as the channel bio. Don't forget to check out Capital Curiosities if you're in a mood to listen to some stories, and have a profitable day.